Hi, I'm Tati. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the books I read in March and April. The first book I read is The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. This is the same author who wrote Everything Everything, which is getting a lot of hype right now because it was so good and there's a new movie coming out. I really like this book and I feel like I sped right through it. We have two main characters in this book and this perspective switches between the two, which I love in a story. Natasha leans more towards the realistic science side of things, while Daniel is more of a dreamer and a poet. There are a few themes threaded throughout this book. One of them is definitely that back and forth between fate and choice. Something else I got out of it, maybe even more, is the way that people affect each other in ways they might not even realize. I also saw this theme in another book I read, but I read this one as an ebook, and that is 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. This book came out in 2007, but it's getting a lot of hype right now because it was recently adapted into a Netflix series. I have gone back and forth over the years about if I wanted to pick up this book, mostly because I knew it was about someone who committed suicide, and I have a hard time getting into books when I know that there's that level of sadness already in it. However, with the new series coming out and having read some really great sad books, I decided to give it a shot. What I found was that it was not actually as sad as I was expecting it to be, but around the middle of the book, the story felt like it started to drag. Another book that I've been putting off reading but finally got to this month is Nerve by Jean Ryan. The reason I stayed away from this book is because the premise reminded me of another book that I didn't really enjoy. However, I did end up enjoying Nerve. I was able to kind of understand why they made the decisions they did. There are other reasons I liked it, but I can't really get into it without spoiling you. If you want to hear more of my thoughts on it, I will have a separate video about both the book and the movie coming up in the next few weeks. I also read Take the Key and Lock Her Up by Allie Carter. This is the last book in the Embassy Row series. Since this is the last book in a series, I really cannot say much about it. I will say that I think it ended the series in a good place. The first book I read in April was The Lovely Reckless by Cami Garcia. This is a young adult contemporary romance with a little bit of crime drama thrown in. I thought it had a very interesting storyline and some really great parts. However, I did feel like some of the side characters fell flat and that there was some insta-love. Usually I don't mind insta-love in a YA contemporary, but for some reason I just couldn't get behind it in this one. Overall, I thought it was a quick, fun read and I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I also finished up the Firebird Trilogy by reading 10,000 Skies Above You and A Million Worlds With You by Claudia Gray. Because these are part of a series and the ending to a series, I really cannot say much about them without spoiling you, but I will have a video up about this whole series. I've already filmed it, it's going to be up very soon. The last 5 books I have, I listened to them all on audiobook, and that is numbers 2 to 6 of A Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. These are The Reptile Room, The Wide Window, The Miserable Mill, The Austere Academy, and The Erat's Elevator. These are the books I read in March and April. Leave a comment below if you have read or are planning to read any of these books. If you like this video, you can let me know by giving it a like. I upload a new video to this channel at least once a week, so subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching. Bye! I also finished up the Firebird